I think we would all in the choir agree that God has privileged us to experience something that's been very special for us. And we want the privilege to share that special experience with you tonight. And it will be a warm worship time, we hope, we know, because we've asked the Father to make it so.
Hey, Robin and Ann, I cannot believe it has been 35 years since your arrival to Sherman, Texas. It wasn't long after you began your ministry at FBC that you were given the responsibility of leading the Solid Rock. Those were some incredibly fun times that I will always cherish, not to mention some of my earliest times with my soon-to-be wife at that time. It didn't take long for us to realize that you are most definitely a gift from God to our church and to our community. I love you and your family with all my heart. Thank you for choosing to invest your lives in First Baptist Sherman the past 35 years.
Will Jesus save me some? Yes, Jesus loves me, for the Bible tells me so.
Hey Mom and Dad, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Obviously your legacy is very wide, but we just wanted to point out that clearly with our kids and everyone else that it's very deep. So thank you for that.
You know, even as a little kid, it was really obvious to me that you guys were good at your job. You were fun, you were creative, you were talented, you were hardworking, you were just special. And that made an impact on me.
You guys truly were great examples in your servant's heart in leadership, but also just being a family and keeping us a family, even though there are so many things going on and doing all this work that we do at the church, we did it together as a family. Thank you for your faithfulness to this church, but obviously most important to the Lord. So we love you. Thank you for all that you've done.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hello, Robin and Ann. Greetings from Garland.
Have lots of wonderful memories of time with you and Sherman, and we love your family. It's been good to share your family and your grandchildren with you.
What I know is that Robin McGee was always there for us. Ann McGee was always there for us. And we're appreciative to God for the ministry that you've had not only to First Baptist Church, but to Bob and Benita West and to our family.
I was privileged enough to get to grow up with you guys a little bit as leaders in my life as a youngster in the church. And as soon as I got old enough to become a member of the youth group, I got to start going to youth choir, which led to those infamous youth trips that we took, choir trips all over the country. So thank you for that, because those have meant the world to me and will continue to mean the world to me. Grew up, went off to college, reconnected with Chad, and we decided to get married and needed someone to marry us, and there was no question who it was going to be. We wanted Robin to do that. So.
And that was when I got to meet you all, and we had a specific premarital counseling session, and I remember Robin saying, never forget this, you can't control the trials that life holds, but you can control how you respond to those trials. And little did I know the value of that advice as Missy and I faced our highest time of trial, which was the loss of Walker. Even in that moment and in our hardest moments, I've specifically thought back on that piece of advice.
I remember one time, it was actually when Walker was diagnosed, the day he was diagnosed, our very first trip to the oncology unit at Children's, and they came from the front desk and said, "There's a Robin and Ann McGee here to see you." We were like, what? How do they know we're here? And it just shows you how God uses you. Y'all were just happened to be in the area at that time, and God just uses you guys. And He has used you both in our lives countless times. And we will forever take what you've given us and carry it forward. And we are so happy for you guys, and just love you so much.
I think of two special character qualities of Robin and Ann but and that is faithfulness and a servant's heart. And I think of Psalm 126:3 that says, "The Lord has done great things for us, and we are glad." We're glad and happy that God has enabled us to have Robin and Ann these 35 years in ministry for God's glory.
Music is such an integral part of worship, and I've been so blessed the past 35 years to experience so many wonderful worship experiences through Robin's ministry. I love you. My life has been enriched through your ministry, and I wish you God's very best in this next step and chapter in your life.
Hallelujah!
It's been a long time, Robin, but I remember when I first met you, there on a parking lot, in a church parking lot, of course, when I heard you speak, and I said, "Oh, that voice, that voice." And you've been using it all of these years to the glory of God.
Great job! From Cannon, Corbin, and Crew! Say bye-bye. Bye.
Hi there, Robin and Ann. It's Robert here in Nashville to say congratulations on 35 years of ministry and service at First Baptist Sherman. That's really a big deal. It's really a great accomplishment. Without guys like you choosing my music to sing with your choirs all these years, a guy like me has no voice. So thank you for your support and your friendship all these years. And if you really want to blow everybody's mind, why not shoot for 50 years? It's just another 15. You can do it.
For the Bible tells me so. For water.
My mind is full of memories of the past 35 years. Your family and your ministry has had such an impact on our own children and has truly helped shape their lives. There is no measure to the impact that your ministry and your lives have had upon our family, and for that I am deeply grateful, and we just love you both.
You know, I think it's an amazing thing that you have had influence in our lives for over half of our lives. What part of our lives have you not had an influence over? And for that matter, for the church. For that, we are so grateful. We love you, Ann and Robin, and we are so excited about this next chapter in your lives.